Sir, good morning, sir. ADR, sir, shall we start, sir? Already 50, around 52 are there, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So, a very good morning to all the dignitaries who are participating in this national webinar. A warm welcome from Acharya Engineering Agriculture University, Andhra Pradesh. Actually, this ANGRAU POSHAN, ANGRAU is Acharya Engineering Agriculture University is implementing a scheme called ANGRAU Agri-Business Incubation Center at Tirupati. So, as a part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we are continuing, organizing a series of webinars, and this is the second webinar that we are organizing. And I hope all are having a fine, wonderful day. And I welcome all the dignitaries across the country. Actually, the total number of registrations are around 329 from across the country. And we are having, YouTube live channel also have added that one. So some of them might be participating, viewing the program through YouTube channel. And it's really a wonderful day of virtual gathering of the students, the agri entrepreneurs, as well as the faculty members from across the country on this event of national webinar. Maybe to explore and understand the actual happenings in the agriculture engineering avenue for the benefit of the farming community. So I welcome all the dignitaries and I welcome Associate Director of Research, Dr. P. Rajshekhar sir, who will be presiding this national webinar. Welcome you, sir. And I also welcome Dr. R.P. Dwivedi sir from Jhansi, Central Agroforestry Research Institute. Welcome you, sir, Professor Dr. R.P. Dwivedi sir. Now it is over to Dr. Rajshekhar sir, Associate Director of Research. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. So this is Dr. P. Rajshekhar, Associate Director of Research, speaking to you from Tirupati, the headquarters of Southern Zone. So first and foremost, I thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor Garu, Vishnuvardhan Reddy Garu, for supporting us in organizing so many events. As a part of this incubator scheme, we are organizing this national webinar on status of farm mechanization and its progress during 75 years of independent India. I also thank our beloved Director of Research, Dr. L. Dasanthi Madam. So she is also instrumental in supporting us in this particular endeavors. So once again, I invite all the delegates to actively participate in this particular national webinar. So we got a tremendous response for this national webinar. So as indicated by our Balu Sen Reddy Garu, more than 329 registrations were there. So it implies that is a lot of interest among the delegates, particularly in respect of farm mechanization. So if you see, as agriculture has grown in leaps and bounds in all aspects, so as a part of our increasing production, productivity, everything, we got a lot of work done in crop improvement, crop production, crop protection, in every aspects we are moving ahead. So the land is stagnant, that is we could not have more land. Our efforts have increased to go for increased productivity, to take more crops in that limited land in 2 seasons, 3 seasons like that. And human labor resources are becoming very scarce. So under all these situations, there is always a need for improved productivity through mechanization. So if you see in advanced states like America, so they are having full mechanization, even up to 95%. Their crops were all mechanized. But coming to the India, still we are moving ahead, around 40 to 45% only farm mechanization achieved. So still there is a lot of scope for this farm mechanization. Until we do full mechanization, we could not reap the full benefits of the other disciplines advances, like a crop improvement. They are giving excellent high yielding varieties. Crop production scientists giving better technology for reaping higher yields and productivity. Like that, everybody is giving their technology. So in order to achieve those levels and reach the critical productivity levels, so our efficiency should also increase. So this alone we cannot achieve with the human force. So ultimately we have to depend on the farm machinery, mechanization. So they bring out lot of productivity changes in India. So in if you see lot of once upon a time, if you see an example in paddy, we are not imagining that harvesting will be done by machines. But now without machines, no harvesting is possible in paddy. So like that, in every sphere, the machines have entering and overtaking. And recently also, if you see, even for crop protection, we are now searching avenues for drone technology. So by using drones to spray like that, by having cameras in them, by seeing the screening, the pest instance, disease instance, deficiency, everything by identifying through those drones, and then selectively spraying with the drones. So like that, every advances were being made. So we have to depend a lot on now farm mechanization to increase our productivity, efficiency, and also our economy. Indian economy also, we have to boost up. We have to double the farmers' income through various measures, and one of the measures is farm mechanization. So many advantages are there with this farm mechanization, and we have to move ahead in this particular direction in this area. So I think this is the apt for this current scenario to have this national webinar on this farm mechanization. So we got excellent speakers. So I invite all the delegates to pay attention to these particular seminars and have a fruitful discussions with the expert members who have delivered the lectures. So I wish one and half best wishes, and I thank the opportunity given by this coordinator of this Poshan Incubator Scheme, Balu Sen Reddy Garu. Thank you, and I now request Balu Sen Reddy Garu to conduct the next proceeding. Thank you.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your wonderful remarks, introductory remarks for this national webinar. Certainly, this, as said by you, this webinar will be really fruitful for those to understand the farm mechanization aspects for the benefit of the farming community. And today, actually, we're having two eminent speakers, sir. The first topic, role of small farm mechanization and its status in the building of the nation, will be dealt by Dr. C. Ramana from Acharya Engineering Agriculture University. And the other topic is new technologies for improving the farm mechanization and the role of custom hiring centers, that will be dealt by Dr. Viren Gaud, who is presently working as a registrar at the University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur. And once again, we welcome all the dignitaries participating in this national webinar, as well as the speakers for this national webinar. So before going to the first topic on the role of small farm mechanization and its status in the nation building, I would like to introduce the speaker, Dr. C. Ramana, who is a professor, Dr. C. Ramana, who is presently working in Acharya Engineering and Agriculture University as the university head for the Department of Agriculture Engineering. So Sir is having a vast experience in research as well as the teaching. So it's almost 35 years of experience he's having in the university. He joined in university in somewhere in 1986 and worked for 19 years in teaching, and then 16 years in research, and even extension also he worked for 1.5 years. So Sir has given a lot of contributions for the Department of Agriculture Mechanization in the university, and has made a stupendous work in promoting the farm mechanization in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So apart from this one, with this regarding to the professional recognition, Sir has apart from the university head for the agriculture mechanization department, he is working as a selection committee member for technical officers, even for ASRB, ICR in 2013, 14, 16, and even 21 also. And he's also served as a selection board committee member for University of Agriculture Sciences, Bangalore in 16 and 2016 and 17. He's served as a selection board committee member for Kerala Agriculture University in 18 and Board of Studies, University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur from 2018 till date. And presently is working as University Head, Farm Machinery and Power Engineering in ANGRAU from 2015. He's also served as, serving as academic council member of Acharya Engineering Agriculture University from 2015. And so many contributions, like he's going for even external examiner for different universities, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, US, Raichur, Orissa University. And he has made a lot of contributions in the form of publications, around 37 publications in the international and the national journals, and 25 conferences, and then technical bulletins, popular articles. He has been awarded as a Innovative Students Project Award by National Academy of Indian Engineering, IIT Campus, New Delhi, and then Best Presentation Award in Indian Science Congress Association, Hyderabad, and the Best Scientist Award from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, we welcome you to this national webinar, sir, and we request you to kindly deliver your topic on the role of small mechanization. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now it is over to you, sir. Ramana, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Good morning. Whether it is audible here?
Yes, sir. It is audible and visible, sir.
Visible also, no?
Yes, sir.
But okay then. Good morning. Good morning to all and who are actively participating in this. And first of all, let me thank my university who has given the payment for delivering my views on this mechanization as well as the small farm mechanization. And I also thank the ADR and as well as the Poshan people and Bala Hussain Reddy and others. And now I would like to share my videos. Bala, whether it is okay?
Yes, sir. You can share, sir.
Yeah. Is it okay, Bala?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the good morning to all, and my presentation will be mostly on this small farm mechanization. Of course, a few introductory this thing. I am working as the PS and University Head FMPE in Regional Agriculture Research Station. Of course, which is with the Acharya Engineering Agriculture University, Tirupati. And coming to why mechanization is required. So whether it is really required for our country and why it has surged like the ever before. Basically everybody knows that the effect of green revolution improved production in a multi-fold. But then the population was there and the people who used to work in the farms were more and they used to meet the demand. But all of a sudden the scenario was changed. The acute shortage of the workforce or agriculture workforce has come in place in the India. And coming to the population growth, definitely exponentially it has increased. And the maintaining food security also is a very, very important. To meet the intensive cultivation demands. So why intensive cultivation means? So because to meet all these exponentially grown population as well as the requirements of the different sectors, we need to think about the intensive cultivation. And optimal utilization of the inputs, that is also very important. All these requires a mechanization. So in this thing, I just would like to tell you one the basic this thing which was given by the Mehta and et al.
Sir, sorry, sir.
And,
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
screen is not moving, as well as kindly make it full screen, sir.
Yeah, full screen only it is there. Okay.
It's not coming, sir. Kindly reshare, sir. Close chesesi malla reshare cheyandi, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Let me-
Stop sharing the screen and then again.
Now,
No, sir, it's stagnant, sir. You stop sharing the screen, sir, first, sir.
first stop sharing.
Or I will come over there, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Now I stop sharing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me now again share.
Yes, sir.
Whether it is okay now?
Okay, sir. Make it full screen, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
No, sir. Just... No, sir.
Again, any problem?
Yes, sir. It is remaining like that only, sir. PPT is open, but full screen is not coming.
Yeah, yeah. It was open only.
Sir, please share your screen, sir, rather than the PPT. Please share your screen, then make it full screen, sir, PPT.
Okay.
I will come over there, sir.
Yeah.
While
Right.
sharing, it will ask PPT or screen, sir. You please share screen, then make it the full screen, sir.
Select window. Maybe. Okay. Then ముందర కూడా అయింది ఇక్కడ మనం whether it is okay.
No,
madam?
sir. No, sir. No, sir. It's the same.
No, here it is coming full screen.
Yeah.
Mala share.
ఫైల్ ఏమన్నా పెద్దదే మరి రమణ?
సార్ లేదు సార్ చిన్నదే ఇదే మంచుడు ఇది ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ ఉంది దీన్ని అంటే షేర్ నౌ ఇప్పుడమ్మా
Yes, sir. It's fine, sir. Now.
వచ్చిందండి.
yeah sorry so yes.
Okay, now moved.
Yeah. So now say the if we see the farm power availability in the farm, so if you see this what you call especially the 45% of the animal power has come to the 5%. And at the same time, 15% of the manual power also came to the 5%. So this drastic reduction, you can see in this table, this drastic reduction around 15 plus 45, around 60% has come to the 10%. So this may actually the farm mechanization require. So this need to be what you call replaced by some or the other way of what you call the energy input. That is only through, because the power, the other diesel engines, electric motor, those things are not much varied. So only varied part is these two power availability, especially manual power has come down. That is why acute shortage has come. And similarly, the animal power has gone out of our scene. So after certain days, even this 5.1% may not be there. So to recoup these particular energy sources, we need to go for a mechanization. So that is why this tractor or tractor inputs have taken much advance, and then it need to be put into your particular thing. So what this farm mechanization can do. So it can save the inputs around 15 to 20%, and labor requirement also can be reduced. So operational time, in the sense 20 to 30%, and increase in the cropping intensity can be made out of this particular farm mechanization, and farm productivity also can be increased. So these all factors are really influencing the farm mechanization need in our what you call farms. So maybe Indian farms or any developing country. So wherein this animal power has, especially in our India, the animal power has come down from 45 to 10%, and wherein the manual force or workforce also came from 15 point something to 5%. So this need to be recovered or recouped with this particular farm mechanization. Then we can make out all the things. And coming to the overall picture of this mechanization in our India, if you see, it is around 40 to 45% of the mechanization has happened. Whatever it may be tillage, it may be seedbed preparation, or it may be a plant production, it may be weeding, or it may be a harvest. So all these things contributing around 40 to 45%, the remaining 50 or 55% need to be what you call they put into the farms. Then only our farm mechanization will come to the 90 or 95% as in the developed countries. So even though our the agriculture is contributing a lot to our what you call Indian economy, but this depth of this particular mechanization is influencing what we call this thing. And coming the same thing in the different this thing, we can see the paddy sowing, it is only 5 to what you call yeah, you can see here very less what you call this thing, and here it is only 0% in the case of a cotton picker. It is a very less percentage in the other all these things. So these and all, and coming to the horticulture crop. So the previously it may be what you call not much influencing our economy, but now it is equally what you call around 30 to 50% of the what you call contribution even from the horticulture and pisciculture. So that is why all these areas we need to concentrate for making our mechanization to come to 90% or 90%, 95%, so that the each and every operation and each and every crop can be achieved. So the energy availability. So the mechanization is how we can influence our productivity, or how it actually influences our mechanization means. This is mainly because of how much energy we actually incur to our farms. So this, if we see in the what you call during the what you call 40s or 50s, it was only 0.007 kilowatt per hectare. and it has reached to 1.63 in around 13 or 14. So currently it is around 2.02 kilowatt hour, but at least it must be 3.5 to make all the what you call to assure the timeliness and the quality in various field of operation, and average farm availability need to be increased minimum to 3.5 kilowatt per hour. So this is our target. This is our target. How best we can do this? This can be done only through the complete mechanization. What is this complete mechanization in the sense? So every farmer or many of the farmers, even now they are thinking that the complete mechanization is tractor with a cultivator. That is why the tractor power has improved up to 45%. But actually speaking, in our what you call fields, the depth of power availability is a lot. So wherein we need to think about this cultivator and tractor, not alone the complete mechanization. The mechanization in the sense, all the aspects need to be taken care. Each and every operation should be provided by the with a machine, and that machine may be operated by the operator, or a machine, or a self-propelled machine, or a power-operated tractor, or a power. So this need to come into the picture. The complete mechanization is a very, very crucial factor in agriculture. And of course, it helps in optimizing and optimum utilization of the input. So basic inputs like our seed, fertilizer, water, soil, all these things, optimum utilization can be made through this mechanization. Of course, so once we put into the energy into your field, obviously your productivity also is increased. So productivity and as well as energy are correlated. If the energy input is increased, so automatically the productivity will improve. So besides your improved yields and mechanization, the farmer will have a profitability, and labor shortage also will be addressed, and the self-sufficiency of the food security can be achieved through this complete mechanization. And coming to the challenges, so they actually, wherever we think the main challenges really create a havoc in taking the technologies ahead. In this case, if you see, it is a basic reason in our India, wherein in the developed countries, we have got many machinery, but that cannot be simply transmitted or transferred to our India and then run the show because of our land holdings. So land holdings are very, very minimal. It is less than 1 hectare, around 85% of the farm holdings. So small holding farmers are very high, and large holding farmers are very limited, wherein you may able to get the the machines developed in elsewhere can be used, but that may not happen in the fragmented and small land holding farmers or farms. And mechanization is a capital intensive. That's what I am telling you. So because our farmers are poorly resourced people. So they may not able to actually spend a lot for this particular machines or mechanization. So that need to be think over. So that is a basic and a very, very important the challenge which is being faced by our India and small farmers. And of course, the poor or little financing options are available to these small farmers. That is also a one particular because so the financing options will vary depending on their land holding, depending on their other type of income. So wherein our poorly resourced farmer may not able to what you call they access this particular financing agency to get these machines or tractor or so on. The farmers also lack of awareness. Lack of awareness is also there. It is say many people doesn't know about the machines are available for each and every operation, or the financing people are there to help them. This and all awareness. Awareness is very, very limited. And of course, the last one, diversified ecosystem. This is also a very, very, very important. In the other type of processing, say for example, food processing or what you call the grain processing, that can be a blanket application we can make, whether it was made in Srinagar or at Kanyakumari, these can be the same. But in the mechanization, it is not so. The operations are different, soils are different, the cultural practices are different, and the what you call weather also is different. So different ecosystem we need to what you call combat with. We need to address all these challenges. Then only we can go ahead with this mechanization. And coming to the small farm mechanization, which is a very important, and really speaking, even though it have got a large number, like 85% of the small holdings are there in our country. That is less than 1%. And that it is not simply a small number. At the same time, they are contributing 40% of the GDP of our country. So that is also very important. We cannot just take out this 40%. The 40% need to be addressed for getting a sustainable what you call the improvement or productivity improvement in our country. So we need to think about this small holding of 85% of the farmers. Of course, which we were discussing, very resource poor farmers, very little financing option and operation. They don't have much financing, what you call capacity also. So of course, so less awareness on the technology. And in this, it is also the what you call say the same. Rain-fed also in this this thing, rain-fed around 65% is there, and in the irrigated only around 35%. And coming to the medium large farmers, only 15%, whereas small farming holdings are around 85%. So of course, so the agriculture workforce is around 60%, whereas farm workers are only 22%. And of course, non-agriculture force is there. Coming to the how to overcome, how to improve this small farm mechanization. Say these, we know that the lot of what you call hurdles are there, challenges are there. In spite of that, we need to address this 85%. Then only that 40% of the what you call chunk can be improved. The productivity can be improved, and then improve our real what you call the help to our economy. In this case, say the first one is selecting a suitable prime mover. So why I have put I'm not what you call this thing. Being a farm machinery man, I know what is a power tiller. Power tiller is mainly designed for the farmer having 5 acres of land, 5 to 7.5 acres of land. So very well he can use the farm power as a farm power for all the operations. You can see the array of operations. You can till the land, you can puddle the land, you can do the what you call ridges, you can do the seeding, you can do the what you call the spraying, you can do the harvesting, you can do the winnowing, you can transport the material. Even you can use the same power for lifting the water. This is actually multi what you call the faceted implement, wherein our farmers are not so inclined for this. Even a small farmer who will be aiming for a 40 HP tractor or 50 HP tractor. We don't have that land, and our lands are very, very small, and those small lands require a proper input of the energy, wherein this power tiller, that is not only power tiller, any this thing, but especially this power tiller is designed to work in the paddy field and even for tilling or for all the operations, wherein successfully you can make out except the land preparation. The land preparation, of course, the plowing must be done with a good implement or a good tractor. So I don't say that this power tiller can do the tilling. That is why that is sufficient. That is the basic drawback of our particular the small farm holders and as well as the Indian farm, because the top only 10 to 15% of the centimeters of the soil is being properly taken care, and regularly up and down cultivation, intensive cultivation, all these things exhaust this top layer of 10 to 50 centimeters, whereas the bottom soil is not being explored or even not being what you call utilized for the productivity. So this one particular multifaceted equipment wherein you can depend on this particular distance. Coming to the productivity activity, that is a selection of power we have seen and productivity. So how this the land preparation can do the productivity aspect. If you can visualize this, say this up to 5 to 10 centimeter. If you are doing your primary tillage with the cultivator, what the farmers, the 90% of the farmers are doing, even in the what you call summer or immediately after the summer showers. So this can manipulate only around 5 to 10%, whereas our requirement will be around 40 to 30 to 40%. You take any crop, its root zone will be around 20 to 25 centimeters. If you could able to provide a proper environment for the root zone, obviously your what you call crop also will be very, very nice. So in the what you call, if you could able to do more than this particular thing around 40 to 70 centimeters through subsoiling, that is very nice, because this opens up the topsoil or the consolidated soil, and the complete 70 centimeter, if you could able to up to 45 centimeters, the entire 45 centimeter will become a source of conserving your moisture through your rains. So once you get a rains, so the rain will fall, and then it may actually, if you are doing with a cultivator, then it starts moving in a laterally, and it may not go into your soil at all if you are practicing your this thing. Or if you could able to do this, or with a ordinary MB plow or disc plow, this can go up to 30 to 45 centimeters, wherein you can explore the area or volume of the soil up to 40 centimeters. Or if you are able to go up to 60 or 70 centimeters, the entire your field will become a source of what you call your moisture. So once the respiration occurs, automatically it goes through the cracks developed by the subsoiling, and which will give a very good this thing. This is a small what you call illustration which I would like to give. In the cultivator, this thing, you can see that the very limited root zone will be there, and your crop also will be accordingly very limited height, or because it can utilize the nutrients which you will be giving excessively or externally, but it may not able to explore the real soil nutrients or the moisture. And this comes to the what you call 30 to 40 centimeter. Definitely the volume of the soil is more in the case of 40-45 centimeter. At the same time, if you go to this what you call subsoiling, that will give you a more. Of course, say our farmers, which I have put on the first or second slide, our farmers are resource poor, no doubt about it, and they may not find or they may not be having a tractor, and tractor may be hired, and hiring below may be having only cultivator to do that. But what we are what you call advocating is at least you do the subsoiling at least every year in the beginning of your this thing. Then you can do all the cultivator or whatever the rotavator, whichever the implement you have, you can do it. Once you do this subsoiling, which can make a very narrow cut and then creates a ripples inside the soil and make the your precipitation or the rain to enter into the deeper layers, and these deeper layer moisture content will help the plant when they are in danger, that is when the dry spell occurs. So obviously this can improve their roots to even up to 2 meters, say the usually, but in our case, we don't require. At least you provide a proper environment, proper aeration in the root zone, or proper the manipulation of the soil will try to give all these things. So if this is the what you call this thing, and coming to the okay, the seed drill or what you call in this small farming, mainly the seed drill or planting of the thing is very, very, very important for going for the complete mechanization. Unless and otherwise you go for a line sowing, it may not be possible to do the other what you call cultural operations. So that is why the whatever it may be, you should go for a seed drill or line sowing. Once you go for a line sowing, obviously you can reduce the what you call the seed requirement or the even labor requirement, and overall saving around say 2,000 can be made through just introducing a seed drill instead of doing seeding behind the plow. So the line sowing, which I have was telling about this thing, and these things will really helpful in doing the intercultural operations or in doing all what you call other operations. Once it is a line sown, you can do the what you call weeding, you can do the spraying or whatnot, whatever it may be, you can do with your own machine, whatever machine you have. It may be a power tiller, or it may be a tractor, and it may be even this thing. And the coming to the in the mechanization, one more the aspect is the operation specific mechanization. The operation specific in the sense, say for example, in the rice crop, we need to do the puddling, whereas in the other crops it may not be required. So if for the puddling also, if you are simply using a cage wheel as a gadget, say that will not really help. So you need to think about the proper what you call machinery, wherein that will be helpful for really helping your doing the proper puddling. So everybody knows that the puddling will really save around 30 to 40% of the moisture in the entire crop period. That is the most important what you call component of the rice cultivation. Even though a small farmer, of course, he does with the cage wheels alone, but cage wheels are meant for just to provide a proper traction. But along with the cage wheel, you need to provide some tool. Say actually this was developed from this ANGRAU. It is a self-activated tool which costs around only 25,000. or 30,000, which can be used. Or if the what you call farmer is having a rotavator or rotopuddler, that also will give the same effect. But some or the other implement need to be put for this puddling, so that 40% of the irrigation water can be saved in the what you call crop period. And similarly, in the all operation specific mechanization, say if it is a transplanting required, yes, we have. Or if it is only drilling, yes, we have. But all these things must be provided in a view, keeping in a view that it must be shown in a line showing, so that it can be what you call performed. The other operations are intercultural operation like weeding or spraying or whatever it may be, can be done with the help of the available machinery. These are very, very important. The intercultural operations, maybe in the dry what you call land, or even in the wet puddled soil like this, unless and otherwise you provide what you call the proper aeration to the this thing, it may not be useful for, or the productivity may not be such. And even nutrient uptake or the transportation also will be affected if the aeration is not there. If to create the aeration, you need to do some or the other intercultural operation. So some development of you can focus some development on multitask implements, multitasking like all seeding and with the same machine, because the farmer can afford for a very limited money, so it can be used for a seeding and it can be used for spraying, or it can be used for tilling, or it can be used for what you call transport of the thing. Like this, the innovative methods of developing tools for concentrating on small farmer is also very, very important in our the progress. So once you want to what you call the do some or the other kind of this thing, then we require these particular interventions. That is what you call the operation specific and which can be used for multi-folds, because the frame alone will be there, and they can change all these things, and can be the same frame can be used for all the purpose. So this kind of thinking also will help in what you call promoting the mechanization, especially small farm holding mechanization. And this is also one this thing, say the somehow my videos are not working actually, all these are connected. This is one control track system of planting, which is also aimed for a farmer who is having whatever the tractor may be. He may be having only cultivator and seed drill, or only seed drill also. So the only thing is, when he is planting or doing a sowing, he will leave some space for extra space for running your wheels. So once this is kept, you can see here, this path, and the what you call the operator can run the show and then do the intercultural operation with this cultivator. Similarly, you can give a small space or some innovative methods. It is the only simple management with the available resources, available machines. So you can just what you call place plants, and you can do the intercultural operation. You can spray the thing, or within the rows you can do like this. All manipulations can be made with simple interventions like a control track system of plant. Okay. So the coming to the what you call, these are the ordinary small tools which can be used for by any farmer, or if even a small farmer or a large farmer. But the high cost machinery, costly machinery cannot be what you call procured by our the farmers, the small farmers. In this case, the custom hiring centers need to be developed in almost all villages. So the high cost machinery like maybe a transplanters, maybe a what you call the digger cum shaker, or maybe a what you call bund farmers, ridgers, these and all multitasking tools, and which will be little high cost, and wherein that can be used for this particular what you call the farms, and this must be under the say coming to the sugarcane, the all the equipment are little costly. Unless and otherwise we perform all these things, we may not achieve our goals of higher productivity, or to sustain the agriculture, or to sustain the crop, or to sustain the farmer to be in the farm. So this need to be put in CHCs or some other mechanism, so that say even the FPOs also coming up in a new this thing way, and these FPOs can be taken care, and they can farm together, and they can have these CHCs, and these costly equipment can be purchased, and which can be used by all the farmers of that village or that particular area. So why this is required means because area specific machinery operation will be there. So hence the blanket of application cannot help in. Say the sugarcane, some areas it may be sown in a 4 feet row width, but in some areas only 3 feet, some areas only 2 feet. It may be even sown in the case of as a what you call the sugarcane, what you call the bud chip method also may be followed. In that way, the different equipment, different this thing, which are little costly, which will be put under the CHCs, and then we can run the show, and we can improve upon the productivity as well as the living standards of our this thing. These all are the high cost machinery like a maize harvester, and the what you call the grain harvester or potato harvester. Like this, you can take anything which are costly, which can be kept under the CHCs, and then run the what you call so. And coming to the what you call little initiatives which need to be what you call taken care for our this thing. Provide access to the customizing center where the farmer could not hire the small farm machines and do their work or suitable their farms. So in the customizing center, say for example, in a one particular FPO, which is growing lot of groundnut, and if they are purchasing a rice, what you call based machines, which may not be. So in this case, that liberty should be given to the farmer and farmer producer organization or this. And now in our AP, especially in Andhra Pradesh, we have a very good platform of the RBK, Raitu Bharasa Kendras, wherein around 10,600 Raitu Bharasa Kendras are there, and attached CHCs are coming. So there they can choose their own implements which are required for their operation, not that whatever they what you call the implements are available. So similarly, they develop a farm machines suitable to the small farms. That also just like multitask implements like which multi task fertilizer drill, and as well as like this. So you need to think innovatively, and machine should be developed to address our small farms. Even some technologies like our what you call the RBKs or customizing centers, or even the control track system of planting, the innovative irrigation methods. All these things should able to help these designed so that that can help the small farm. and make power available in the rural areas. Of course, in our India, it is not a big problem. But say the limited power is given, but that also can be what you call thought of, so that almost all machinery require a farm power. So that power is a major source, like processing or for drying or for what you call winnowing. All these things are now electric gadgets. Even irrigation gadgets need to be what you call have some what you call the power. And of course, so what is in this mechanization process, we need to train or educate our farmers, small farmers. This is also very important. The technologies may be there, implements may be there, but he may not be having any good idea about it. So once it is, and he may not be interested to go through the manual or search in the Google and then get the, of course, the smart agriculture is coming up, and the people are very smart, even in the rural, what do you call, the youth are very, very smart, and they are using smartphones. Of course, now the world is changing, even our India is changing, even our small farmer also is changing. But we need to these aspects, these practical aspects, what actually really is facing the difficulty in using certain systems. That need to be addressed. In the grassroots level, we need to work on, and then we should be able to help or train them so that they will be confident in using the technology. And of course, modern technologies which are there, and nowadays, so the whatever it may be, depending on the operation, depending on the thing. Even nowadays, these drones are coming. Drones are coming for scouting as well as even for spraying. So these modern technologies also should be what you call the tailor-made, or should be thought of putting in a customizing center, so that that can benefit the real farmer. And this is the most important thing in our India. This credit should be easy, for especially, and cheaper also. That interest rate should also be cheaper. Otherwise, the farmer, poorly resourced farmer having less than 1 hectare, may not able to produce a lot of what you call the documents or the things. So that need to be addressed. Once it comes, because say the 85% of the small farm holding will have 100% what you call credit. So they run the show. They actually run the agriculture. Majority may not be 100%. Maybe up to 80 to 90%. They depend on this credit loan. So this need to be addressed. This has to be taken care when it is what you call the thinking about small farms. Of course, so the sustainable mechanization is also one particular thing, because so up to now we were seeing about only how to improve the productivity, and the improved agriculture tool or technologies should be able to shift our farming from sustenance to market oriented farming. So they simply just producing everybody say, for example, in the Andhra Pradesh, we have a problem of the tomato. So in the western districts of the Chittor, say once one farmer goes for a tomato, then all the farmers will go, and they will, once the production is excess, they will throw, or they will even not harvest the crop. So that situation, that from sustenance to the market, what actually market requires. So that education also should be given to or should be provided to these farmers. Then definitely from sustenance, of course, sustainable we can achieve through FPOs or customizing centers or providing a better mechanization or better knowledge and other things. But sometimes we say he has to sell his produce. So that also he has to think, and he need to think about that market-oriented farm. This is a very, very important in a present day situation, and this need to be addressed. Then, of course, the investment in the infrastructure. It's a very, very important. So, for example, in a what you call South India, when the harvesting season comes, say the moisture of the produce like rice, say for example 22 to 25% will be there, but MSP will be announced, but to sell his produce in the MSP, the moisture content need to be reduced to only 12% or 15%. So where he can go, a small farmer with what you call 50 bags or 10 bags of his produce, he may not able to go. For this, the pre-processing or some dryers or pre-processing equipment should be provided as the infrastructure, the permanent infrastructure in the so that this will really mitigate the what you call the losses, especially the anguish of the farmer. Farmer will be very energetic, and he will be very happy to go for this. So of course, as I mentioned, the RBKs are a very good solution. They are really giving a very good platform for all the farming community of this AP. The similar what you call the models can be tried in entire India. And of course, research extension, some of the what you call research gaps are still there. Say for example, rice. Rice is a very major in Andhra and Tamil Nadu also, or even Karnataka. But for the sowing equipment, transplanting is a very, very costly. And these to run these costly transplanters also, even though the CHCs are there and hundreds of equipment we cannot buy, or even the government may not able to procure. So in this case, the simple technologies and innovative indigenous technologies which will really help the farmers should be tried. So like this, say there are many gaps, and so that need to be addressed. Say the sowing and harvesting, especially in the groundnut or sugarcane or maize or even cotton. So we have a very difficult, even though we produce, or a small farmer or a farmer produce the produce, sometimes due to this, the lack of machinery and the costly machinery available may not be available to all the farmers of the India or AP. So he need to forego certain this thing, because the timely operation may not be there, and the losses may occur even harvesting or even post-harvest process. So this is also very, very important. Like this, the labor-intensive operation like horticulture crops. The horticulture crop mechanization is very, very, very limited. Only for spraying it may be there, and for land preparation they may be used. But the horticultural mechanization also, we need to put a thought, and we need to develop certain what you call machinery for them also. Coming to the extension, the training will give you a lot of difference for the farmer, as well as the confidence to the farmer. So this must be there. The training should be there. Of course, the AP RBKs are there, or customizing center farmers you can train, and separate training modules should be developed for small and marginal farmers. Because just showing this big machinery will not help. They'll attend the training and they'll go to home, and again they have to search for a fellow who can till the land with a cultivator, and so with some bullock, what you call animal owner, they have to approach and they have to dibble the what you call seed. This is not the thing, but the modules also should be in a innovative way, so that the available machinery should be provided or should be what you call shown them, so that they'll get some what you call knowledge on that, and they can improvise on some parts, say the whatever the things they want, they can make out and they can use those machinery. And emerging technologies, of course, so the organic farming is one of the thing, and precision farming also is there, and drone technology is there, and now the many technologies are there. So those trainings which you can what you call provide them, what you call the payment, that training should be on the emerging technologies also very important. Say what to do, actually, say for a better mechanization, the machinery for area specific and operation specific should be identified and infused in not only AP farming, almost in Indian farming. That is missing actually. So everybody thinks that tractor with the cultivator is complete mechanism. No. So you need to think area, what is the area, what is the practice, what is the cultural practice there, and then start. But the machinery are available. All the machines for all operations and all areas are available. 90% of the machinery are not being used in our farms. Then machinery for complete mechanism, that's what the multifaceted machines, so that it can incur less and then do more or do a better job. And know-how and do-how trainings, so definitely it helps. And separate fund should be created to support the machinery research development in our India. This is very important, because of course the agriculture ICAR and what you call the agriculture ministry is providing the way, but they should think about the separate fund for this emerging requirement, that is complete mechanization, should be provided, and research should be concentrated on the small farming and Indian condition. A separate wing must be opened, so that this mechanization can be further developed, and eminent people are there. The good scientists are there, good the farmers are themselves are, many are there to pose their knowledge to this particular development of this machinery. Definitely that will help. And the manufacturer should come to the each and every part, because now in our India only it was concentrated in the North India. Of course, say maybe because they are pioneers in using this machinery, but they should extend their wings to the south, so that the training facilities will be there, and machinery availability they can see, and the demonstrations, and definitely that will help the village level mechanics. And of course, say now only groups or RBKs are provided with this subsidy system, but it must be extended even to the single farmer, so that he can take care of that machinery. So lastly, finally, I would like one particular thing. So the percentage of agriculture workers and the female agriculture workforce, you can see the difference from the 1991 to 2020. So it is 59 has come down in the total agriculture workforce, but women workforce, that is 35 to 45% it was increased. That means so women are main role nowadays. It is instead of decreasing, in spite of what you call 20% reduction in the total agriculture workforce. So, but 10% improvement is there in the women workforce. That means we need to concentrate on the women-related or women-friendly gadgets. Of course, CIE Bhopal is doing some of the kurpi and long handle hoe and all. No. So because when the workforce or men are coming down, then we need to improve upon and then treat the women worker also or workforce in the female workforce in the agriculture as a what you call the person who can help our farm mechanization. So we should able to provide a good training on the tractors or even the gadgets. So that training can be specifically used for ladies or the female. That will really help, or we can take this advantage of improving what you call the participation of this female workforce. So with this, I hope I have taken much of your time, and we are I'm very glad and thank my university and this thing. Before we leave, say I would like to put a rollover protective structure or system. So this small what do you call this thing rocks we call. So this will save the life of the operator. So even if it is what you call put in the some undue accidents, so wherein he can save his life. The life is very important for all the people. Even for us, it is very important. So similarly, the farmer life also very important, who is really feeding us. And definitely this may actually what you call cost around 10 to 15,000, but that will be given only on the what you call request. So the ropes, say whoever those who are buying the tractor, you please try to have your ropes so that you save your life from these accidents. So the coming to this thing, say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. If any discussions, any what you call queries are there, you can put forth. Say I hope I'm what you call I could able to focus on some mechanization aspects of this thing. Of course, I have given my personal opinion in some cases. Thank you.
So thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for delivering an excellent presentation. And you have really sensitized the gathering on the status of the farm mechanization in the different crops in the country, and then the availability of energy availability, and what is the need of the complete mechanization, the challenges in the mechanization. Really wonderful, sir. And you have given, you shared the thoughts, and then you have given directions for the researchers as well as the policy makers how to move the mechanization, especially for the small farmers. In view of the small farmers, how can we take really our illustrations on the impact of small mechanization. Really excellent presentation, and I hope the virtual gathering might have felt happy with the speaker, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And I request the participants to post any queries, or you can speak directly to Dr. C. Ramana, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bala. I think Viren Gaud also is waiting.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
I'll stop sharing.
Yes, sir. You stop sharing, sir. 5 minutes we'll give for discussion.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, Andy.
Sir, मैं अब्दुल कलाम మాట్లాడుతున్నా కర్నూలు నుంచి.
Nice talking to you, sir.
మీరు స్ప్రేస్ గురించి బాగా చెప్పినారు సార్.
ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు హెలికాప్టర్ స్ప్రే ఒకటి మిగిలిపోయింది సార్ చేయడానికి.
ఓకే. సో హెలికాప్టర్ కి బదులు ఇప్పుడు డ్రోన్స్ వచ్చినాయి కదా. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ సార్ వీరన్ గౌడ్ సారు he has worked on that drones. దానివల్లనే నేను ఎక్కువ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయలేదు దానిపైన.
డ్రోన్ ప్రెషర్ ఉండదు సార్. డ్రోన్ లో తగినంత ప్రెషర్ ఉండదు.
ఓకే, అది సార్ చెప్తారు. దానిలో మనం we can discuss on that. Very nice. Thank you and thank you for your participation. దానికి సార్ నెక్స్ట్ స్పీకర్ దానిపైనే, దానికోసమనే నేను కొన్ని టెక్నాలజీస్ టచ్ చేయలేదు. That will be covered by our Veeran Gaud sir. Thank you.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
Okay అండి.
Any other queries? Or if you can place in the chat box also, so that the speakers will answer later also.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me.
Pranit.
Please tell your name. Pranit.
Right.
Pranit Naidu. Yeah, you can make out.
Farm Mechanization units RBK లాగా విలేజ్ కోట్ ఏర్పాటు చేస్తే అగ్రికల్చర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ చదివిన వాళ్ళకి జాబ్స్ గట్రా వస్తాయి కదా సార్?
Definitely, that's what I told. Even the customizing centers are aimed for that. Almost in Andhra Pradesh, say the 10,600 and not the RPKs are there, which were provided even with the CHCs. So that CHCs should able to take care of that particular area, and area specific machinery, area specific the technologies they can make out, and they can really improve upon that. That was the idea. Of course, so the some teething troubles are there, and it may be launched. Definitely me village level ke it will be there, and training also will be provided by them, and it will be available in your own CHCs, and you can use those machinery and then run your farm.
Yes sir. Thank you.
Any other queries, please? Okay. So if we don't have any,
thank you
sir.
Yes.
My
hello.
Sir,
Yes sir. Divedi sir, please
Sir,
sir.
namaskaram sir.
Namaste sir.
My humble suggestion is, this is not a query.
Yeah.
Actually, there should be provision of financing from regional rural banks, NABARD or nationalized bank. Exactly, you has pointed out very correct statement, that is custom hiring centers. For small and marginal farmers, they are not in a position to purchase costly equipments or machinery. So if bankers can cooperate or can give some subsidy to the small and marginal farmers, so that they can be having this custom hiring centers, and this will boost to this mechanization. Thank you, sir.
Yes sir. Thank you sir.
Okay, so thank you sir. Thank you Ramana sir.
Thank you very much.
It is the time for inviting the second speaker. It gives actually an immense pleasure to introduce the second speaker of today's national webinar, Dr. Veeran Gaud sir, who is going to speak on the new technologies for improving the farm mechanization, the role of custom hiring center. So before going to invite our speaker, I will just give the profile of Veeran Gaud sir for the sake of information to the participants. So Dr. M. Veeran Gaud sir, he is presently working as a registrar at University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka. So sir is having a vast experience in the field of agriculture mechanization with 31 years in teaching field, and then he worked as a Dean Agriculture Engineering for almost 3 years, 2 months in UAS Raichur, and then presently working as a registrar. Sir, the biodata of sir is a very vast biodata. So sir has even handled research projects as a leader, 8 projects he has handled, as a co-leader 15 projects has handled, a lot of publications in the reputed journals, nearly 40 publications in journals, and then so many publications in so many conferences. He has even published one book also. Sir has guided, Veeran Gaud sir has guided PG students, 12 PG students as major advisor, and then 8 PhD students as major advisor, and then 25 as the committee member of the advisory committee member. for PG students, and then 12 PhD students as advisory committee member. The most interesting thing is 39 technologies developed through research were included in the package of practices in the region. This is a very great contribution, sir. Coming to the recognitions to the sir, he received ISE Team Award in 2014 for contributing developing the technologies in the field of farm machinery and energy. And then so many research paper awards in different platforms, and then best thesis award for guiding this MTech student from Indian Society of Technical Education. So many best research paper awards. Sir, even your students have done a lot of contributions, and then their works were recognized on different platforms. Sir has been awarded as the best teacher award by the NPS Employees Association Bangalore, and then outstanding scientist award in agriculture for 2018 in the field of farm machinery and power engineering in the first Indo-Asian International Conference on Innovative Approaches at Vietnam. Really great, sir. And then so many students of SAR also has, they were being awarded by DST PhD fellowship to one of his PhD student, Mr. Vinayaka, and then his international student has been awarded as a TAFE student gold medal award, and then first place in month and business plan presentation competition. Really, it's a great honor and a privilege for having an outstanding personality, Dr. Veeran Gaur sir, as a speaker, and who made tremendous contributions in the field of farm mechanization. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And sparing your valuable time in this webinar. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your elaborate introduction.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a very short introduction, sir.
No, sir.
There are a lot of things to be spoken. Really, it is over to you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So shall I share the screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think you can go ahead, Viren.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So, first of all, I thank all the organizers and especially Dr. C. Ramana for involving me in this webinar as one of the speakers. So, to begin with, today's chief guest, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of ANGRAU, Dr. A. Vishnuvardhan Reddy sir, guest of honor, Director of Research, Dr. L. Prashanti Madam, then Chairman of this Associate Director of Research, Dr. Rajshekar sir, so Dr. Ramana sir, and all other, so Bala Hussain Reddy sir, and all other organizers of this program, and also all the delegates who are attending this webinar, and also my student friends. So here I just don't want to give any kind of lecture like thing, but simply I will put forth a very few so advanced technologies on the screen, and then I will just explain and discuss about a few things which we are doing at our university, that too particularly which are related with the robotics and drone technology. We are working a lot in this aspect. So I'll put forth those things, and we will have we can have some discussion over those things also. So this national webinar on status of farm mechanization and its progress during 75 years of independent India. So my topic, which I have just put up here, is the new technologies for improving farm mechanization and role of CHCs. Already Dr. Ramana, I think, has explained most of the things. I'll be maybe a few may be repeated, but I will see that things are going fast. So I think the second slide is visible, sir. Farm mechanization slide.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. So discussing about farm mechanization actually. Here we know that the main important thing to achieve farm mechanization is we have to increase the power input on the field, because that is the important criteria. So we have to aim at increasing it up to 4 kilowatt per hectare by the year 2022-23, and ultimately we can increase the yield, cropping intensity, the income of agricultural workers, and mechanization will. And main important thing is we have to reduce the health hazards on the farm, which was not taken seriously all these days. The health hazards, the safety in operation, and all those things, and ultimately to reduce the cost of production, so that we can achieve better farm mechanization, and also the goal of reaching the doubling of farmers' income maybe in another 2 to 3 years. So these are a few benefits of farm mechanization, which we can have: timeliness in operation, precision, more safety, and all these things will again lead to the increased economic returns of the farmers. And mainly we see that most of the people, particularly youth, they are not ready to be in the villages and do farming. So ultimately this mechanization actually will improve the dignity of the farmers. So by which our youth will start doing agriculture, and naturally the progress and prosperity in the rural areas is also obtained. And the status of research in the country. So if we see that agricultural production has been continuously increasing, so there is a need to double the income. And as I told earlier, the research works undertaken in the country are mainly towards increasing mechanization on the farm and also to increase the production. But the immediate need here is to reduce the drudgery on the farm, as well as to obtain the safety of the operator also. For that, we need advanced means of mechanization. So we are doing all traditional mechanization, okay, but we have to go for advanced means of mechanization. So in these aspects, I think drones, robotics, and other things will improve and reach the goal of advanced mechanization. So already in the developed countries in the world, the farmers are already using these technologies. There is an immediate need to take up research and development activities in this aspect, so that we can achieve it in our country and see that the farmers are benefited out of that. So coming to the applicability of drones and robotics, so we see that drones and robotics are very much useful for achieving the safety of farmers, because or the operator who is going to operate different farm machinery on the field, because some machinery they will cause drudgery through vibrations and other things. Some machinery due to chemicals, inhalation and other things, farmers are facing a lot of problems. So here, by introduction of these drones and robotic equipment on the farm, there is even the unskilled operator can, or even the women in the villages, they are encouraged to do the agricultural operations with very ease and safety. So one more important thing which we can see is we need precision farming, because we are doing farming in a traditional way, but we have to do it in a precise way, so that our inputs are not wasted and our money is not wasted. That is, we have to do the right thing in the right place at the right time. So that is the most important thing we have to see to achieve advanced farm mechanization. So in this, most important thing here is the variable rate application of different inputs. So if we have variable rate application of different inputs, that is, wherever required, only we are going to apply the inputs, maybe seed, maybe fertilizer, maybe chemical, whatever it is. So then we can go for better mechanization as well as extra income to the farmers by reducing the extra expenditure on inputs. So here, if we talk of variable rate applications, we can go for map-based VRA as well as sensor-based. So map based, we have to have a digital map of the area which we are going to work out. Whereas sensor based, it will be real time on the go. The sensors will sense the things, and then we can have the inputs applied at that particular position. So coming to just, I will introduce a few 2 to 3 or 4 advanced equipment on the farm by which we can get precise mechanization, we can say. So this is a laser operated land leveler. Most of you might have seen it. So if we have to have precise leveling, maybe it may be 0 slope or even 1 degree, 2 degree, whatever kind of slope if we want, that can be achieved by using these kind of laser operated land leveler. And this is a pneumatic planter for precise placement of seeds at equal plant spacing and required depth, etc. So these kind of pneumatic precision planters will help us. And this is also one of the pneumatic planter, precision planter, which is used for dibbling operations on the plastic mulches which have been laid out to conserve the moisture and also to reduce the weeds on the farm. So this is one of the precision sprayer with variable rate application. So here this sprayer actually, it senses the crop and wherever infestation is more, it will apply the pesticides, and wherever infestation is not there, it will not apply. So this is one of the precision small tractor mounted sprayer. So these are some of the, this is a canopy, this is a sprayer having canopy sensors. So particularly in horticulture crops, wherein trees you are going to spray on the tree canopy. So these kind of sprayers can be used with sensors. So these will sense the intensity of the infestation, maybe of the pests or disease, etc. And then spraying will be done at that portion itself. And this is a small history of how development has taken place from handhold tools next to horse-driven equipment and the local crude type of tractors, which was used basic one, and then advanced equipments which we are using now. Coming to robotics, so robot or robo is nothing but it is a mechanical and artificial agent. Usually it is an electromechanical device. So combined mechanical with electronic system. So with some software programming, which is suitable for whatever field operations we are going to do. So particularly agricultural robot is again, it is an automated technology with integrated biosystems and which can be used for agriculture, forestry, greenhouse or horticulture. So coming to different types of robots, so autonomous robo, which work completely under the control of computer programs. Telecontrolled robots work under the control of human or computer programs. And remote controlled robots are controlled by humans with controller such as a joystick or any other handheld device, or even through GPS technology. So these are the robots which are commonly used in agriculture. Demeter means it is a robot which is used for harvesting purpose. There are robots which are used for weed control, forester robot, fruit picking robots, and micro flying robots. So these micro flying robots are nothing but the drones which we are going to use. So this is a Demeter. It has cameras and can detect the difference between crop which has been cut and crop that has not been cut. And it is mainly used for harvesting purpose. It can be used through remote control or through GPS mechanisms. And this is a weed controller robot. Here it is having 4-wheel drive. So an intelligent hoe is there, which uses machine vision systems. That is, a small camera is mounted which detects the crops, differentiates between the crops and the weeds, and then weeds are removed. So this is a forester robot mainly used for cutting up of wood and trees and pruning of trees and etc. and these are fruit picking robots. So mainly these robots are having a robotic arm, and they are going to identify the ripened fruit and then they are going to pick it. So just I think customizing center, I think discussions are already been done. Just a few points with 1 or 2 slides. So we know that customer centers are required very much nowadays, because to overcome the non-availability of laborers on the farm, to increase the production and productivity, and to provide the farm machinery and equipment to farmers at reasonable rates, and mainly to attract youth towards agriculture also. Here we can get a lot of benefits out of this. The food security, increased income, improved quality of life, the timely field operation, and increased yields, and reduced post-harvest and harvest losses. And main thing is here, the customer hiring centers, the main objective of these customer hiring centers is to see that to afford by the farmers. So even though if they are costly, the farmers have to get it, and they can use it on the field with the help of these customer centers. And okay, so as I told, I wanted to put forth some of the works which we have carried out at our university pertaining to robotics as well as drone mechanisms. So here in this slide, we can see this is one of the solar powered remote controlled sprayer. So this sprayer is having a high clearance, and the width of the track width is adjustable, and even the clearance height is also adjustable as per the requirement. And even for this, we have a boom which is adjustable in height, as well as the nozzles are there, which are adjustable, spacing is adjustable. And here the solar panel is mounted over this. This equipment is operated through solar power itself. A battery is there which is charged through solar power, and then it operates the sprayer as well as the movement of the machine also. We can see here, this is a view of the solar powered sprayer, which is controlled through a remote. And these are a few specifications, important specifications of that sprayer. So here the type of nozzles, you can use any kind of nozzle over this. It is having an 100 liter tank capacity over this to put up the solution, maybe chemicals as well as mixed up with water. So this is the performance of the sprayer, which we can see. I will just put up a video of this. Is the video visible, sir?
No, sir. Slideshow is there.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Video. Sir, is it visible?
Sir, it is visible and audible, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Now the slide is visible, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is a remote controlled sprayer. So we have done field trials of those that sprayer also. We have used it for chili, groundnut, and other crops. The performance was very satisfactory also. So we worked out the economics. So economics also it was very promising. We got so the cost of operation also was very less with this, because we are not going to use any fuel with this. Only solar power is being used on this. So another one, this one is a remote controlled power tiller operated puddler. Presently studies are going on this power tiller operated puddler also. So whether this video is visible, sir?
No, sir.
Video was not activated. Anyhow.
Yes, sir. Video is playing.
Video is playing, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, sir. I think now slide is visible.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, but now I will show the videos later on, sir. I will complete this slides, sir.
Okay,
because
sir.
some problem is there.
Okay.
So this remote control power tiller, presently we are working over it. Only initial field trials we have taken. It is found to be promising. So we have to come out with optimized results also. So this is another power weeder. We obtained a commercial power weeder and we converted it for operating without the operator. So here this power weeder also it is under initial trials, which we are almost the preliminary trials we have conducted and they are found to be promising for this technology also. And another important thing which we are working since 3 years is these drone mounted sprayers. So actually we all know that these drone mounted sprayer technology now it is taking up, and even in our country since from 2 years itself the work on the research and other activities on this drone mounted sprayer has taken up, and we all know that the government is also giving more emphasis on use of drones for agricultural operations, and government has also put forth a lot of they have relaxed a lot of guidelines, and they are funding these projects also for utilization of drones for different field operations. So lot of funding is being given by the government to promote these kind of technology to the farmers. So in this way we are working with these particularly drone mounted sprayer for a different farm. So here actually we started with a 1 liter capacity drone that and technically we found that it was feasible, but actually 1 liter drone is of will not be of use to farmers in their field because of a very less quantity of chemical which it can take. So next we thought of having a 5 liter capacity drone. So we had some collaboration with the people, software and drone people from Bangalore. Then we got this 5 liter capacity drone and we used it on paddy fields as well as other 2 to 3 different crops. So we found it very technically very viable to use these kind of drones. So only the problem we faced was again here the tank capacity was very low. So we have to go for very high concentration chemicals because nowadays in our country the chemicals available are mainly used for high volume and low volume spraying, not very ultra low volume or very low volume. So keeping that in mind and keeping the seeing that already the knapsack sprayers of 15 liter capacity are being used on the farm. So we went for a drone of about 20 liter capacity. So this particular drone sprayer has a tank of 20 liter capacity. So this we worked on this drone sprayer for different parameters, operational parameters. That is at what height it has to spray, at what speed it has to do the field operation, at what should be the discharge, what should be the so we calculate different optimum parameters for different crops. So we worked exhaustively on this drone and we came up with different optimum parameters including cost of operation with this drone, etc. So these are a few specifications of this drone sprayer. So here it has 4 nozzles which are used, and these nozzles are spacing can be adjusted. And here this nozzle, this drone actually it can be used with the help of a remote, and even it has a GPS enabled drone, so that once we fix the parameters of the field and the spraying pattern and width of spraying, etc., automatically the spraying can be done without any human intervention. Even a joystick or a remote is not required for this. It will complete the field operations and then it will land wherever from it has taken off. So that is the specialty of this drone, and we can fix the height of spraying, forward speed, etc. at the optimum values to get better results. We have also worked out about the droplet uniformity of application, the droplet size, and all those things. We used it on different crops also. I found that the spraying was very good. And one of the so these are the parameters, performance parameters, which we observed on the field. We have done very exhaustive evaluation work with a large area by taking into a larger area, so that we can get good results. So these are a few parameters, and even we studied about the pest infestation, that is bioefficacy, that is how much pest can be eradicated. We compared it with the regularly used sprayers also. Almost it is on par with all other sprayers when bioefficacy is taken into consideration. It is almost on par with all other sprayers, and other advantages are very much useful to the farmers. And about per hectare, about 1,000 rupees was the cost of operation which was incurred by using this sprayer. So we can see here the economics of this sprayer also. It is about 1,000 rupees per hectare. So if we talk about conventional versus automated techniques, definitely conventional techniques, they depend on human power and old techniques. Whereas by using the robots or the drones and other advanced technology, we can avoid those things. In conventional things, humans may not be able to work in hazardous environments, and even robots, using robots, the work also can be carried out very precisely. So this is what I wanted to tell. Just I will show a few videos also, so that
Bala?
Sir. Sir is showing some videos, sir.
Yes, yes. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the preliminary trials which we conducted for interculturing. We studied about its turning radius and all those things also. One more video, sir. So this is the drone sprayer which we have used. We have worked out the different parameters also.
This is 20 liters drone, no?
Yeah, 20 liters. Okay, sir. I think this is a short presentation I made. So we can have any clarification, discussion, and even suggestions for me are welcome, sir.
Sir, really, thank you very much, sir, for your exemplary presentation. Your topic is very, really, you made this presentation very informative as well as very interesting, sir, by showing different videos. Certainly, it's a innovative technologies, and your university is working a lot, contributing for this robotics and drone technology. And it is a need of our for convergence of the IT specialists as well as the agriculture specialists to make the concept of this mechanization fruitful in agriculture for the benefit of the farming community. Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. Now it is open for discussion. Any delegates, I mean, any participants can pose a question to Dr. Viren Gaur, sir. Any questions? Sir, from my side, actually, I just want to
Yes, sir,
small
please.
doubt, sir.
Yes.
So, especially, is there any effect of this high-speed fan effect of the drone on the crops during flowering time? Maybe
Sure,
if you take
sir.
paddy, if you take paddy, if after panicle initiation, if you are going to spray, is there any effect on yield? Are there any studies, sir?
Yes, sir. This is a good question. Actually, we have to see about the flowering stage, because some crops will be sensitive to these type of because wind will be blowing from the propellers towards the surface.
Yes.
So some crops, maybe very few crops are will be affected, but we saw that instead of having a negative effect, the air blowing from the propeller towards the crop has a positive effect, because when we are going to use the traditional sprayers, we are covering mostly the top canopy portion itself. Whereas when we are going for this kind of technology here, because this wind is blowing over the surface of the canopy, the crop is disturbed, and even the underleaf area is exposed to the spray liquid. So that is one of the advantage. So, but as far as we have seen, there was no adverse effect over the crops. If any delicate crops are there, we have to avoid spraying during that particular period, sir, actually.
Yes, sir. So right now studies are being conducted only on for spraying. Are there any studies on pest surveillance, thing like that, sir?
Yes, sir. Presently, we have done concentrated mainly on spraying, sir. We have also procured the multispectral drones. So next we are going to use it for studying with image sensing technology. So, and surveying and other the field parameters also we are going to study by using that drone. We are going to start that also, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Dwivedi, sir.
Sir, this is my humble suggestion, not a query.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
This is my humble suggestion, not query. Both presentation by Ramana Sahab and by Gola Sahab are very excellent. So these both, I mean, these presentations may please be uploaded in ANGRAU website, so that other SAUs, CAUs, even ICR institutes, they may replicate these type of technologies at their institution level. This is my suggestion.
Sure, sir. Sure, sure.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Sir, what would be the cost of this solar powered remote control operated sprayer, sir?
That solar powered remote control sprayer is below 1 lakh rupees, madam.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Actually, that solar powered remote control sprayer, we have got the patent for that also. Exactly.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, any questions?
Sir, hello, sir. It's audible, sir.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes,
audible.
sir.
Sir, myself, Nagendra Kaule from Horticulture University, Bagalkot, sir. Very nice presentation, sir, regarding especially for drone applications for spraying chemicals. So I have one query, sir. Sir, can we use such kind of drones especially for fruit crops for spraying? Because of it is the height of the trees are very more, maybe especially for coconut plantation, sir.
Yes, yes. See, this particular drone sprayer, actually, this is meant for better use for orchard crops, actually, because and particularly where an operator cannot reach the target. So that is the main thing. For any crop, the height of spraying is not a limitation for this. It can go up to 100 meters or more also. But the thing is, if the spraying area is on the top canopy, it can be used directly, or else we are thinking of having the tether drones. Actually, tether drones are such drones which doesn't have any tank for chemicals. Instead, a tank will be mounted on a trolley at the ground level itself, and a pipe is small, lightweight pipe is connected to the drone, so that the drone will take up, and we can have a nozzle which is directed towards the crop, because if at all the under area of the trees are to be sprayed, the nozzle orientation can be changed, and then we can definitely conduct spraying operation under any conditions.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, one more query.
Yes.
Can we use this kind of drones in all weather conditions, sir? Means like cloudy weather, it is also suitable or not, sir?
So that is some point of hindrance, because very much cloudy weather may hinder but somewhat cloud situations is not at all a problem. But I think in my view, spraying usually is not carried out during those conditions. So that for spraying with any sprayer usually will not be done during such kind of very cloudy conditions, because immediately if it rains afterwards, whatever work is done will be gone. So under
Sir, there is some technical problem for Viren Gaud, sir.
Yeah, maybe connectivity problem.
Connectivity problem. Sir.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
wait for 5 minutes, sir.
Yes.
హలో
Kalam
Hello.
garu.
సార్ అది డ్రోన్ స్ప్రే మౌంటెడ్ స్ప్రే ఉంది కదా సార్, డ్రోన్ మౌంటెడ్ స్ప్రే, అది మామూలుగా తక్కువ కెపాసిటీ నుంచి ఎక్కువ కెపాసిటీ వరకు ఎన్ని లీటర్లు క్యారీ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్ అది?
అదే సార్ చెప్పాడు కదా, సార్ వచ్చి దే హావ్ యూజ్డ్ 1 లీటర్ వాడినారు, 20 లీటర్ల వరకు వాడారు.
ఇంకా అంతకు మించి లేదా సార్ కెపాసిటీ?
దాని మించి కూడా ఉంటదేమో, బట్ వీళ్ళు వాడింది అయితే 20-25 లీటర్ల వరకు వాడినారు. వాళ్ళ స్టడీ 1 లీటర్ నుంచి.
కాస్ట్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది సార్ మామూలుగా ఇది 1 లీటర్ నుంచి?
సార్ చెప్తారు.
Ramana, sorry for interruption. Anything, sir, to discuss?
Yeah, he is asking what may be the minimum capacity and maximum capacity of the drone and how much it may cost. That's what one.
So, is it in Kannada? Sorry, English?
Telugu, sir. Telugu. Hindi.
Okay, Teluguలోనే చెప్తాను.
హిందీకి వెళ్తా సార్, హిందీ.
ఇప్పుడు డ్రోన్ కెపాసిటీ అంటే మేము మినిమం ఇప్పుడు 5 లీటర్ కెపాసిటీ డ్రోన్ కూడా మేము యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. 20 లీటర్ కెపాసిటీ డ్రోన్ బెటర్ మేము యూజ్ చేసాక, ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ట్యాంక్ ఎంటీ సడన్లీ విదిన్ ఫ్యూ టైమ్స్ ట్యాంక్ ఇమీడియట్లీ ఎంటీ అయిపోతుంది. మళ్ళీ ట్యాంక్ ఫిల్అప్ చేసేకి ఎక్స్ట్రా టైం పడుతుంది. మాకు కొంచెం పెద్ద ట్యాంక్ కెపాసిటీ ఉంటే ఫిల్లింగ్ అప్ టైం ఎక్కువ ఉండదు. సో ఒక్కసారి ఫిల్అప్ చేస్తే మేము ఎక్కువ ఏరియా స్ప్రేయింగ్ చేయొచ్చు, కానీ కాస్ట్ ఇమీడియట్లీ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. మేము ఎట్లా ట్యాంక్ కెపాసిటీ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తాము, కాస్ట్ అంతే ఇంక్రీజ్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు 20 లీటర్ కెపాసిటీ అయితే మాకి అరౌండ్ 12 to 13 lakhs, 10 to 12 lakhs లో వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు ప్రెసెంట్లీ. అర్లియర్ అది డబల్ ఉండింది. మేబీ 20 lakhs వరకు ఉండింది. ఇప్పుడు మేబీ అరౌండ్ 10 lakhsకే మాకి ఇప్పుడు డ్రోన్స్ దొరుకుతాయి 20 లీటర్ కెపాసిటీ వరకు. 5 లీటర్ కెపాసిటీ అంటే మేము అరౌండ్ మేబీ 5 lakhs కు ఇప్పుడు దొరుకుతున్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు లోకల్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది, దొరుకుతున్నవి. అది కాస్ట్. కానీ మేము అడ్వైస్ చేసేది ఫార్మర్స్ కి ఏమంటే, అందరూ దాన్ని ఓన్ చేయొద్దు. ఇప్పుడు అది పర్చేస్ చేయకూడదు యాక్చువల్లీ. అది పర్చేస్ చేస్తే మా ఫీల్డ్కి యూజ్ చేసి వేరే వాళ్ళకి రెంట్కి ఇస్తే అది పర్చేస్ చేయాలి. లేదంటే మేము డైరెక్ట్లీ రెంట్లో తీసుకుని యూజ్ చేసేదే బెటర్. లేదంటే కాస్ట్లీ అయిపోతుంది. రెంట్ తీసుకుంటే వెరీ చీప్లో మేము స్ప్రేయింగ్ చేయొచ్చు.
ఓకే సార్.
మౌలాలి గారు అర్థమైందా? ఐ థింక్
సార్ ఐ విల్ కన్వే సార్. ఐ విల్ కన్వే.
సార్ ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్.
అదే అర్థమైందా సార్ చెప్పింది?
అర్థమైంది సార్. ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్ గా మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ లో చిన్న చిన్న కమ్మతాలు కదా సార్, అంత కాస్ట్ బట్టి కొనలేస్తారా?
దానికే చెప్తున్నాడు సారు. అందరూ కలిసి ఎవరి దగ్గరైనా వాడుకునే దానికంటే హైరింగ్ కస్టమైరింగ్ సెంటర్ లేకపోతే 2-3 యూత్ కొనుక్కుంటే దాన్ని మీ ఊరంతా వాడుకోవచ్చు. అంతేగాని నువ్వు ఒక్కడు కొనుక్కున్నావు అనుకో, నువ్వు నీకు చిన్న ఒక 5 ఎకరాలు 10 ఎకరాలకే వాడుకుంటే అది ఎకనామికల్ కాదు.
ఇప్పుడు ఆంధ్రాలో కూడా చాలా మంది రెంటల్ బేసిస్ లో ఇస్తున్నారు. మా రాయచూరు బార్డర్ లో కూడా వస్తున్నారు వాళ్ళు, ఆంధ్ర వాళ్ళే వచ్చి స్ప్రేయింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు అలాంటి చోట్ల మీరు తీసుకోవచ్చు. లేదంటే ఇప్పుడు కస్టమర్ సెంటర్ లో కూడా ఇంతవరకు లేదు, కానీ ఇప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ వాళ్ళు కస్టమర్ సెంటర్ లో కూడా అలౌ చేస్తున్నారు దాన్ని. అక్కడ మీరు
ఇది కూడా మన గవర్నమెంట్ సబ్సిడీ ఇస్తే తీసుకోవడానికి అవకాశం ఉంటుంది సార్. కొంచెం
ఇస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు. ఇంకా అది ఇది గైడ్ లైన్స్ ఫ్రేమ్ అవుతుంది. ఇంకా ముందు దానికి కూడా సబ్సిడీ ఇచ్చే టైం వస్తుంది.
ఓకే సార్, ఇస్తే సార్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్. ప్రతి ఒక్క రైతుకు యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్.
ఓకే
కూడా తిప్పుకోవచ్చు మనం.
ఓకే అండి మౌలాలి గారు.
ఓకే సార్.
హలో సార్.
చెప్పండి
సార్. ఇది ఎంత పిఎస్ఐ మీద ప్రెషర్ వస్తుంది సార్? దీని ప్రెషర్
ప్రెషర్ మాకు సఫిషియెంట్ గా వస్తుందండి. ఇది 5 kg/cm² వరకు కూడా ఎక్కువనే వస్తుంది. కానీ మాకు అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏమంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఎయిర్ ప్రెషర్ పైన నుంచి ఎయిర్ ప్రెషర్ ఉంటుంది మాకి, అది యాడెడ్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ మాకి. దాని నుంచే కంప్లీట్ క్రాప్ అంతా కవర్ అయిపోతుంది.
ఓకే సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Good afternoon, Gowda garu. I am Rajamohan, General Manager, Telangana Agros from Hyderabad.
Yes.
Actually, manamu any farm machinery commercial ga market loki introduce cheyalante FMTTI certificates manam adugutunnam.
Yes sir.
For drones ni ee vidhanga commercial ga launch cheyadaniki evanna already guidelines frame chesara, how to launch them commercially?
Yes sir. Actually speaking sir, I am also one of the member in this in the committee, technical committee for scrutinizing of all these machineries which are going for subsidy in our state. And we at our university also having one farm machinery testing center also. So I am heading that also. The thing is until now that drones we have not that testing farm machinery testing center guidelines policies. In future actually those things should come up. One thing. Another thing is presently whenever any machinery is going to be introduced, they may allow, for example in our state actually the processing equipment, some of the processing equipment, small equipments, the testing of those if they are conducted in any of the universities under UAS only, not in FMTTIs, even those test reports, short duration test reports with minimum required specifications, those are also allowed under the subsidy scheme at present in our state. So likewise, to see that these things are popularized, we can go for such soft recommendations in the beginning. So coming in the future, we can see that our FMTTIs are equipped with proper machinery to test these kind of things. Then we can have some stringent measures in that, sir.
Because before we are recommending this type of drones to the farming community,
Yes,
several private players are coming up.
Yes,
They are
sir.
introducing their own manufactured drones. We don't know the efficacy of those drones. Once we going to introduce those drones to the farming community without some framework, they will be going to be distributed under subsidy schemes of the various governments. If that specific drone will not be successful, so it may not be useful to the farmers in the long run.
Yes, sir. Sure, because this aspect is also worrying us also. We are thinking of this, and even the Government of India, they are conducting a lot of webinars in this regard to see that the guidelines are framed for this. Because when we talk of private players, they don't have any restrictions. They can use whatever, wherever, only if farmer accepts it, that is enough. But as per the rules, whatever they are doing is not legal. Because no one is following all the DGCA permission and all those things. As far as I know, maybe one or two may be there, but maximum people who are using these on rental basis presently, they are simply going to the farmers' fields. If the farmers are also accepting it, and they are doing it. So it is just in a vague way they are doing. But as an institution, as a government organization, we cannot do those things. So we are, because of that, we are lagging behind. Or otherwise, we have more good results, good technologies to take to the farmers. But we cannot do as they are doing, simply take it to the farmer, do everything. We have certain boundary situations, but presently, government is also relaxing, particularly for universities and other people. They are not much worried about that. We can use it almost as per our this, because on research work or even for popularization and other things we can use. So definitely in future, as the technical people, we have to suggest the government to have some restrictions over that. The restriction only thing is somebody can object them. Some maybe someone who is related with that, they can object them how we are going to do it without guidelines. But it is very difficult to control that. So it is going on. But still, some measures are to be taken to see that good machines are on the field.
So we may seek
one more small supplement, Rajmohan.
Namaste sir, how are you?
Fine here. So actually, even though as Viren Gaud sir was telling, there was no specific rules and regulations for using as well as even for testing. So FMTTA also doesn't have any kind of what you call regulations for doing all those things, because it is an initial research. But last budget, they have announced 12,000 crores for drone. And that's what really astonishing. I don't know.
How for agriculture purpose.
Yeah, agriculture purpose. Yes. That's what I am telling. And something will be actually, even I used to talk with the Viren Gaud so many times how we can go ahead with this, which has got so many things. But it is now being followed by so many people. Even our university, yesterday they had one big workshop from morning to evening, say releasing all these SOPs, that is standard operation procedures and other things, without basic things, as you asked for FMTTA or the what you call permission from the DG. So there are some problems are there, but the technology is good, and technology need to be popularized and need to be tested even in intensive way.
Actually, it is the right time. All our agricultural engineering institutes to chalk out a framework for the commercial launching of these drone sprayers. Some specifications, something shall be put in place at the earliest, because otherwise all the universities, wherever it is happening, it is practically they are simply assembling it and they are doing some demos, which won't serve the purpose of the government of India.
And one more important
But I
thing,
think,
sir, actually, we need better the proper chemicals. That is one of the main hindrance we are facing, because now whatever chemicals are not available, they are not fully suited for drone applications. Still, we are going for higher concentrations, and we have involved entomologists also in all our research works to study the scorching and other effects because of this. But still, presently, with the available chemicals itself, with optimum concentration, we are getting good results, sir. That is not a problem. But still, if they, as we know that already nano fertilizers are there. So in the same way, if nano chemicals are coming in the market, 100% drone will be the only viable technology for use with those kind of chemicals. And one more thing, already in our university, we have a customer center which is running presently. So now we have already introduced 2 to 3 drones also, drone sprayers in that, and we are taking it to the farmers on rental basis also. That aspect also we are considering.
Will we seek your university help for launching drones in Telangana state?
Sure, sir. Ramana is always in contact with us.
Yeah, of course, Rajmohan, even some drone corporations are there, and some committee is also there for say making all these decisions to legalize the thing. As Viren was telling, it was not legal presently to take care of those things. Because in the government system, if we want to introduce this subsidy and all, because so many other elements will be there. Instead of only taking the technology to the farmer, there will be so many other things. Other things will be there that need to be curbed. For that, they are forming some what you call guidance. I hope we'll get it. And even our university from Guntur, they are training the drone pilots also. Some say educational background, basic 10th or something like that. You can get the drone what called pilot or co-pilot this thing that they are giving in our university. But as it was known, if the technology is good, it will not stop for all of our approvals. It will just fly. But I don't know. As you said, it may be good or bad, or it may be what you call taken care like other this thing. But we have to wait and see. But the people are liking, farmer is accepting, because to overcome this drudgery and especially facing this acute shortage of the labor, of course they are opting for this. I don't know. We need to see, and we need to do a lot of research. Even it is not time to just disclose and this thing. As Viren was telling, really farmers are recommended not to buy this. Let some group people, they can buy and they can experiment and they can go ahead with that. Farmer should not what you call incur say such a huge amount and then keep it for his farm alone. So
that will be good, sir. Customizing services will be better, rather than procuring the item.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
Hello. Yes, sir, my name is Abdullah, sir. I'm from Karnool. Hello, are you?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes, go ahead,
yes,
sir.
Yes.
Sir, what about the efficiency, sir? When we are spraying from the certain height, we get this sprayer efficiency is less, sir, because the chemicals we spray will be usually of loss, sir, because exactly we can't spray it on the plants, but in the other areas also the sprayer will. So thereby we get 60% losses in the spraying system, sir.
No, sir. Actually, that is apprehension which is not because this sprayer is nothing different from the regular sprayers. The height of spraying and other things. So in other sprayers, we go for about, I think, around 50 to 60 centimeter height from the canopy. So with this sprayer, we may go for 1 to 1.5 meters. That's all. One thing. Another thing is you are telling about drift and efficiency. So efficiency part, there is no problem with this because there is very, very less drift with this sprayer. As I already told you about the air which is being coming down from the propellers. So that air not only sees that the underleaf area is covered, it also sees that whatever chemical is sprayed, that is not allowed to go out because it is that air is also pushing the chemical downwards only towards the crop. That is one thing. Another thing, usually this drift comes only if we spray at very high altitudes. But we are not flying at very high altitudes, only above the crop canopy up to some optimum, maybe 1 or 1.5 meters itself. That is one thing. And another thing is, whenever we are going to use any machinery, we have studied about the drift also. So drift maybe about half a meter away from our width. So we have to consider that half a meter also while working with the sprayer. So when we are bringing back the sprayer in the next round, we can bring it half a meter away from that our actual width of operation. So that whatever extra chemical is there, again some more chemical is not sprayed over that. This is a very simple thing, and that much of drift is not there, which spoils the adjacent field. Because why this apprehension is there? Earlier, in very olden days, and maybe in our country and some other countries, they use these aircraft for spraying. So there, the infestation of some pests or diseases was such like it was infested all over the village, full area of the crop of that village. So under those conditions, they used these aircraft for spraying, because aircrafts cannot come down. They will be spraying at a very high altitude. Definitely there was drift, there was a lot of hazards which are happened in the villages and all those things. The same apprehension is made here, but I think that is not correct, because we are spraying at a very lower height, so that we will not come across any of these things.
Yes, sir. If it means that you are going to spray row by row.
Not row by row, whole swath width rows are covered. It may be 2 rows, it may be 3 rows.
Yes, sir. The occupation of plant will be less, sir.
Yes, I can't understand.
So the area of occupation of plant will be small, and the spraying this one will be wider, sir.
No, it is not like that. We are using boom sprayers in the field. Same thing it does. What other difference is there? We are having tractor boom sprayers.
Yes, sir.
It is almost same.
Adjusted to the row, sir. They are adjusted to
No,
row,
here
so
also
that
nozzle spacing is adjustable. We can move the nozzle over the boom.
Yes, sir. Is there can it occupy up to 5 feet or 10 feet, sir?
Again, we have to have another bigger boom. We have, if we want larger width. That is in our hands only.
It means we have to adapt to multiple users.
Depending upon on what crop we are going to do spraying, we have to adjust our boom and nozzles before conducting any spraying operation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, any questions from other participants? Sir, there is a question from in chat box from Nagendra, Dr. Nagendra. Can we recommend a drone sprayer in mixed cropping? Mixed cropping, multiple crops.
But mixed cropping, if it is having the width is somewhat, only if it is single row, I think it will be difficult. But if same chemical is to be sprayed at the same time, I think there is no problem for that.
Okay. Any questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, मैं अब्दुल कलाम बोल रहा हूँ.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
सर वो अब बाबू का ड्रोनो माउंटेड स्प्रे है ना सर, उसमें यमाहा वाले का हेलीकॉप्टर स्प्रे है ना सर, वो कैसा रहा सर परफॉर्मेंस उसका, आपको कुछ जानकारी है तो बताइए सर।
हाँ, वो हेलीकॉप्टर स्प्रे जो है वो अभी इम्पोर्टेड है, इंडिया में अभी आया नहीं, वो यमा कंपनी का है। लेकिन वो हेलीकॉप्टर स्प्रे जो है वो बहुत कॉस्टली रहता है, ड्रोन से 5 से 10 टाइम्स कॉस्टली रहता है वो हेलीकॉप्टर स्प्रे।
अच्छा,
कॉस्टली रहता
ज्यादा
है वो
रहता है।
टेक्नोलॉजी। अभी तक वो इधर इंडिया में प्रोडक्शन वगैरह अभी स्टार्ट नहीं है, अभी तो फिलहाल
अच्छा।
ड्रोन का लोकल प्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट हो गया है।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर, ओके सर, उसके बारे में जानने का था सर। ठीक है सर, थैंक
Okay,
यू।
okay, right,
But
right.
hybrid type of drones are, I think, recently
yes.
have come. Without, of course, what he is asking is definitely it may be a multifold increase will be there.
नहीं सर,
But
తెలుగులో बोलो सर, सर रमणा सर, जरा
yeah,
తెలుగు में बोलो।
లేటర్
మీకు ఇది మోటరైజ్డ్ కూడా వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా ఏంటంటే రెండు ఉంటది, దాంట్లోనే బ్యాటరీ ఆపరేటెడ్ ఉంటుంది, బ్యాటరీ అయిపోయినాక ఈ మోటార్ కూడా స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, లేదా ఇంజన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఆ ఇంజన్ తో కూడా అది నడుస్తుంది. ఆ టైప్ కూడా వస్తున్నాయి. అంటే కొందరు బ్యాటరీలో ఎక్కువ డబ్బులు పెట్టాలి అది ఇది అని అనుకున్నా అంటే
Flying time is also improved.
హైబ్రిడ్ ఈవెన్ ఒక గంట వరకు కూడా ఒకేసారిగా పోతే జరగచ్చు.
అచ్చా అచ్చా, అట్లాగా సార్ రమణ సార్, నేను ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ స్పేస్ చూసాను, చేశాను.
ఓకే,
ఇది డ్రోన్ ఒకటి, హెలికాప్టర్ ఒకటి మిగిలిపోయింది సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకే, డ్రోన్ అయితే ఇబ్బంది లేదు. గుంటూరుకి వెళ్ళినారంటే మా దగ్గర కూడా ఉంది, లేదా రాయచూరుకు పోతే అక్కడ కూడా 4-5 రకాలు ఉంది, మీరు చూసేసి రావచ్చు. హెలికాప్టర్ అయితే ఇంకొన్ని రోజులు పడుతుంది యూకే పోవాలని.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Sir, actually, Sheikh Abdul Kalam is one of the incubator of our incubator, sir. He is funded even with for his startup also. Sir, there is one more question from can drone be used for organic farming? What are the other uses of a drone? A question from Shankar.
Sure, it can be used. Only thing is we have to see that if we are going to spray any organic liquid or something, it should not have the particles, solid particles which will choke the nozzles and other things. If it is fully filtered liquids and other things can be sprayed, there is no problem with this. We can use it. And the other uses, again we are studying on that. Even drones are used for harvesting of the fruits and other things in the field, but that technology still we are not finding the people who are going to produce those kind of machineries in our country. Still trial and error basis, whoever are there now in the market, they are doing everything still on trial and error basis only. So we also are in trial basis. Maybe in another 1 or 2 or 3 years maximum, we will reach the precision level at the highest, I think.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, any questions, sir, from the participants? Okay. So if then now I request the business manager of our incubator, Dr. Naresh Reddy, to give formal vote of thanks.
So am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
So good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, all. So to the respected chief guest, Dr. A. Vishnuvardhan Reddy Garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Acharya NG Ranga Agriculture University, Guntur, and guest of honor, Dr. L. Prasanthi Madam, Director of Research, ANGRAU, and Chairman of today's webinar, Dr. P. Rajshekhar sir, Associate Director of Research, ANGRAU, and eminent speakers, Dr. C. Ramana sir, Principal Scientist and University Head, FMPE, ANGRAU, and Dr. M. Veera Gaud sir, Registrar, University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka, of today's national webinar on status of farm mechanization and its progress during 75 years of independence India. So on the today's 2 topics, role of small farm mechanization and its status in nation building, and new technologies for improving farm mechanization, and role of custom hiring centers. And Dr. P. Balakrishnan Reddy sir, Organizing Secretary of today's webinar, and all the scientists of ANGRAU and team of ANGRAU POSHAN Incubator, are our incubators, agripreneurs and delegates from all over the country, as well as student friends and my dear colleagues. I consider it as a great privilege to propose vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed this webinar as a very useful and successful event. I thank Vice Chancellor for providing background moral support to conduct this national webinar. So our gratitude is due to eminent speakers, Dr. Sri Ramana sir, Principal Scientist and University Head, Farm Machinery and Power Engineering, and also for giving his excellent presentation and sharing invaluable experiences in farm operations management and highlighting challenges in farm mechanization and productivity improvement and also cost saving technologies, etc. So we also thank Dr. Veeragaud sir, Registrar, University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka, for accepting our invitation and sharing his invaluable expertise and also giving a wonderful presentation and also highlighting advanced machines in agriculture and safety aspects in farm mechanization and also showcasing advanced machines in used in agriculture. So I thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. And on behalf of ANGRAU ADSL, we are extremely grateful to Director of Research and Associate Director of Research for all the support given to organize this national webinar. I am also happy to express vote of thanks to all our RRS scientists and incubators, research scholars and student friends, and all the delegates from all over India who made this webinar a great success. I once again thank you one and all for attending this webinar and making it very fruitful. Thank you all and take care. We call it a day and signing off, Dr. M. Naresh Reddy, Business Manager, ANGRAU POSHAN Incubator, RRS Tirupati. Thank you, sir. Thank you one and all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ramana. Thanks to everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Viren. Thanks a lot for sparing the time. Even though he is not there in Raichur and he went to, I think, yeah, he is away from the office. Anyhow, thank you, and you could able to give us very valuable information, especially the budding technology, which is having a lot of ifs and buts. And definitely that this webinar will be helpful for the many people who are opting for the different this thing. At the same time, of course, the challenge today is how best we can support our small farms and small farm holding farmer. He also looked upon, and this can be kept under a ZH system or some FPO system or NGO system, or some or the other way, wherein the burden should not be there on the small and marginal farmer, so that he can make use of these technologies and then go ahead with the better and improved productivity with a cheaper cost. So thank you, Viren. Thank you very much for really sparing your valuable time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you on behalf of our Agriculture University. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, Bala, it is excellent, and you have given a very good support and very nicely modulated. I should thank all the participants who are enthusiastically participated, even Divedi sir, who has given us some suggestions. Thank you for all the people, and I thank my university and my Vice Chancellor, and as well as my DR and ADR. Thank you, Bala. Thank you for providing us a pavement for giving our views. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Viren, sir.
Okay.